The Grand Assembly Hall of the Galactic Concord had seen 10,000 years of treaties and quiet betrayals, but never a silence like this one. Ambassador Marcus Webb stared at the floating tally above the council chamber. 412 votes in favor, 6 against. Humanity had just been permanently banned from galactic wars. Counselor Thessaly, Marcus said, "No explanation has been given. Not one shred of evidence." The tall, bird-like Avali counselor looked down at him, her golden eyes unreadable. "The reason is classified under Concord Security Directive 7, sealed by the Inner Council. I cannot discuss it, not even with you." "Classified from the species it concerns?" "Yes." The gavel rang out, ending the session. Delegates from 100 worlds rose and left without so much as a glance his way, as if humanity had become something embarrassing to acknowledge. High in the observation gallery, a young Vekari archivist named Sela Vantrix watched with 4 of her 6 eyes narrowed. She had recorded hundreds of Concord votes. Every one came with a public justification, even the harshest sanctions in Concord history. This one had none. She searched the public archive for Security Directive 7 and found only dry legal boilerplate, until she stumbled on a single flag cross-reference, its subject redacted except for 2 words, Kaylee's 9. No star chart she could access listed such a system. It had been erased from public memory. Down on the chamber floor, Marcus gathered his notes. "We go home," he told his aide, Priya Raman, "and we find out what Kaylee's 9 was." Priya blinked. "You know about it?" "I was there. 11 years ago, as a junior attaché. I watched something happen I was never allowed to discuss. There are whole days missing from my memory. I remember a battlefield, then waking up on a transport 3 days later with everyone acting like nothing was wrong." "That sounds like memory suppression," Priya said, eyes widening. "Whatever happened at Kaylee's 9 was bad enough that the Concord didn't just hide it from the public. They hid it from the people who were there. Above them, unseen, Sela was already drafting a request to access the Concord's restricted archives, certain it would be denied. She didn't care. A missing system, a sealed directive, and an entire species banished without explanation. 3 pieces of one puzzle, and none of them made sense alone. Back on Earth weeks later, Marcus sat in a closed briefing room, unable to explain to his own government why humanity had been thrown out of the galactic order they'd spent 70 years trying to join. Records from Kaylee's 9 were missing from human archives too, redacted as a condition of Concord membership. Whatever happened out there had been erased from both sides. But erasure, Marcus thought, was not the same as forgetting. Somewhere, someone remembered. He intended to find them. Sela's request was denied within 4 hours, exactly as expected. Denial only confirmed she was looking in the right place. She spent 2 months piecing together shipping manifests, fuel logs, and personnel transfers. Nothing individually classified, but together they formed a pattern. 11 years ago, a coalition of species had fought a sanctioned galactic war against the Threll Dominion over a border dispute. A newly admitted species called Earth had sent a volunteer force to help the outmatched defenders. Every record connected to that campaign stopped, midstream, exactly 11 years and 3 months ago. No casualty reports, no ceasefire documents. The war had simply vanished from history. She needed a witness. Through Priya Raman, she arranged an off-record meeting with Marcus Webb in a neutral station's botanical garden. "I don't remember most of it," Marcus admitted, "but I remember the briefing. Every galactic war has protocol, limited zones, casualty caps, scheduled disengagement. Brutal, but controlled, meant to prevent full extermination. And humans didn't follow it," Sela said. "I don't think our commanders understood it. When our allied colonies started burning, I don't think they saw a game with rules. They saw an actual war." Marcus's expression darkened. On the 5th day, the casualty cap was reached. Protocol demanded both sides withdraw. The Threll began retreating. Our commander, General Okonkwo Reyes, refused the order to stand down. She said, "We didn't come here to trade casualties evenly. We came here to make sure this never happens again." Then she ordered a full push against the retreating fleet. She attacked a retreating force. She ended the war in 6 hours, Marcus said. crippled their offensive capability without destroying it. Every colony that would have burned over the following weeks was saved. Thousands of lives spared. That sounds like a victory, Sella said. Why would the Concorde erase it? That's the question I've asked for 11 years, Marcus said. 72 hours after the ceasefire, Concorde special compliance ships arrived at Kales 9, the staging system. Every human there was taken into a facility I was never allowed to fully see. When I came out 3 days later, there were gaps in my memory, and I was told never to speak of it again. Sella's mind raced. A war ended early, with fewer casualties, colonies saved, and the Concorde's response had been an 11-year cover-up and total exile. Something else happened at Kales 9, she said. Something worse than a broken ceasefire. Marcus met her eyes, fear flickering behind his usual calm. I think you're right, and I think it's exactly what my memory is missing. Sella didn't sleep that night. If the Concorde had erased an entire battle from history this thoroughly, the answer wasn't in any archive. It was at Kales 9 itself. Reaching Kales 9 was hard, not because of distance, but because the system had been scrubbed from every navigational database in Concorde space. Marcus found a way in using an old military transponder code that had never been deactivated. The three of them traveled aboard a small, unregistered courier, piloted by Priya, who had quietly resigned from her post. What they found was silence. No debris field of destruction, just a scattering of long-dead ships drifting undisturbed for over a decade, and one structure still broadcasting a faint beacon, a Concorde special compliance station. This is where they took us, Marcus murmured, memories surfacing at the sight of its architecture. Inside, dust lay undisturbed over everything, but the station's data core, once Sella coaxed it back online, was intact. What they found there was not about the battle. It was about what came after. Galactic wars, the records revealed, were never meant to end conflicts. They were meant to manage them. For 3,000 years, the Concorde's inner council had quietly maintained controlled, ritualized warfare between member species, with outcomes secretly negotiated in advance. It was a pressure valve for an overcrowded galaxy, dressed up publicly as real battles decided by courage and strategy. The war at Kales 9 was supposed to run 6 weeks, ending in a negotiated split that preserved a fragile regional balance dozens of treaties depended on. General Aconcorreaz's unauthorized offensive shattered that plan in 6 hours, crippling the Threll Dominion far beyond projections and throwing alliances across the sector into chaos. Worse, from the Council's view, was what she had exposed simply by winning cleanly. Proof that wars didn't need to be as long or as costly as claimed. If one commander could end a war in 6 hours with minimal losses, every other necessary, prolonged war looked like exactly what it was, deliberate bloodletting for the Council's convenience. Sella found the memo that made it undeniable, a counselor's message the day after the ceasefire. If word spreads that the human commander achieved victory with a fraction of the projected casualties, member populations will ask why their own wars run for months at devastating cost. Containment is not optional. It is essential. Sella sat back, stunned. They didn't ban humanity for being dangerous. They banned you for being too good at ending wars quickly and mercifully. It proves the whole system is a lie. Aconcorreaz wasn't punished for breaking protocol, Marcus said quietly. She was punished for showing everyone it never needed to be that brutal. Priya spoke up. And the memory suppression, the exile, it was never about controlling humans. It was about controlling the story. Sella felt a chill that had nothing to do with the station's failing life support. 11 years of erasure, not to protect the galaxy from humanity, but to protect a 3,000-year lie. We need to get this data out, she said. The galaxy deserves to know. Marcus looked at her. The Council will do anything to stop it. Sella began copying the archive onto a secure drive. Then we'd better move fast. The courier ship left Kales 9 with its transponder silenced, but 3 hours into the journey, Priya's console lit up. Concorde's special compliance vessel, Intercept Vector. They must have caught our departure signature. The beacon, Sella said grimly. I should have shut it down. Priya threw the ship into evasive maneuvers, But the modest research vessel was no match for the pursuing warship. "They're hailing us." "Don't answer," Sella said. "The moment we do, they'll have a clean trace." "They're locking weapons." Sella's mind raced through everything she'd read. "Priya, patch me into long-range comms. Maximum broadcast strength, all frequencies. That paints a target on us. It doesn't matter now. If they're catching us anyway, the truth needs to get out first." Marcus understood immediately. "The Kaylee's 9 files. Every byte," Sella said, uploading the archive to every independent network within range. "If they silence us, the truth survives anyway." A warning shot flashed across their bow. "Unregistered vessel. Power down and prepare for boarding. This is your only warning." 60%, Sella said, watching the upload crawl forward. Marcus, memory surfacing, pointed to the display. "Maintenance tunnel through the old wreckage. It's how evacuation shuttles escape during the battle. I helped design the protocol. If Priya can thread it, they can't follow without slowing down." Priya wove the ship through the debris field with reckless precision, hull scraping past broken bulkheads. The compliance vessel was forced to slow. 95%, Sella called. "Clear of the tunnel," Priya said, pushing the engines to their limit. "Transit jump in 30 seconds. 100%. It's out. There's no taking it back now." The ship jumped, leaving their pursuer far behind. The Concorde didn't collapse overnight. Institutions built over millennia rarely do. But something shifted. Within weeks, planetary governments across a dozen species demanded inquiries into their own historical wars, comparing casualty figures to the leaked projections and finding troubling gaps. Journalists everywhere, emboldened by Sella's example, began digging into their own archives. General Aconcorez, her name scrubbed for 11 years, was finally acknowledged again, not as a war criminal, but as the officer whose mercy had exposed a 3,000-year lie. "I broke the rules because good people were about to die for a schedule someone else wrote," she said publicly. If that cost the council their credibility, it was never mine to protect. The ban on humans was never formally lifted right away. The council clung to what authority remained. But the galaxy's view of that ban had changed, no longer proof of humanity's danger, but proof of its honesty. Sella published her findings under her own name and lost her archivist credentials within a month. She didn't mind. Her work had already spread across 100 worlds. Marcus returned to Earth changed, pushing for reform in how the Concorde managed conflict, one slow, unglamorous step at a time. Years later, historians called the release of the Kaylee's 9 files the start of the Great Reckoning. Humanity hadn't been banned for being too violent. They'd been banned for showing the galaxy how much kinder every war could have been. And too many powerful people had built their world on making sure no one ever found that out. A lot of people watch my videos but haven't subscribed yet. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button. It really supports the channel. And don't forget to comment below, share your thoughts, and let me know what kind of video you want to watch next.